This right here in my hand is shampoo. I know a lot of you human beings out there know what shampoo is. This is Suave Strawberry Shampoo. It's one of my personal favorite shampoos. But what do you do with shampoo when you shower? Now, I know I'm not the best example of this because I have short hair, but when you shower, you lather, rinse, and you repeat the process. Why do you repeat that process? So that way you get the best result for your hair. If you only do shampoo once, that's your business. But I at least go 2, maybe 3 times because believe it or not, Chase Oliver's hair is curly. So if I don't shampoo my hair, I get all this dandruff that you might see on camera because I haven't showered this today. That's what Monday Night Raw feels like. It feels like it's me putting on my shampoo for the past 3 weeks. Let's do the same crap over and over again, and we'll sprinkle in a little bit something different. Maybe one day I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it twice. Or maybe I just decided, you know what, maybe I will start wetting my hair first before putting in the shower. Because I normally go dry in first. I don't know why we're talking about showers right now. But Raw is just feeling like shampoo. It literally feels like just putting on shampoo. It just feels like it's been the same thing this past 3 weeks. Like, Extreme Rules is this Sunday. And they have to mention it 5 times for me to realize, oh, crud, Extreme Rules is this Sunday. And when you have a go-home show that's making me realize that 5 different times, that's not a good sign. When I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait, is Extreme Rules really this Sunday? And I'm not really sitting here being excited or thinking about, oh, when am I going to do the live prediction stream? I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, so this is what Extreme Rules feels like. You look at the card too, and there's only, what, 2 matches on the Raw side of things that have stipulations? The 2 matches are Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax in Extreme Rules, and really they're not the most interesting women even in that match. It's Ronda Rousey, who is not even in the match. She's in the front row. And then Kevin Owens and Care Bear, they're going to have a goofy steel cage match. Who wants to see that? The whole point is that Kevin Owens has been running away from Care Bear. See, this is where sometimes it's like, okay, this makes no sense. You see babyfaces getting revenge and making sure the heel doesn't escape, so they book a steel cage match. That makes sense. But Kevin Owens has just been a chicken shit heel, been pretty much running away from this guy, making me as an audience member saying, I don't want to see these guys fight because this guy doesn't want to fight the other guy. And so now you're putting them inside a steel cage match where it's going to have a predictable outcome. So why should I care? Thank God for guys like Constable Corbin. Dude has proved me wrong. I thought this guy would be boring as bricks, but he's been great as this Constable character, making Finn Balor seem somewhat relevant on today's roster. You get the Reigns and Lashley stuff, and it's like, oh, great. Finally, you realize that we want to see these two as badasses a little bit too late. And not only that, you do the typical, oh, we're brawling. Oh, let's pull everyone back. Oh, it was like, okay, it was a good start to Raw. It's something I wanted to see. But at the end of the day, I was just like, I've seen this before. And it's not in a good way where it's like, okay, yeah, you just revamped it a little bit. I've literally seen this before. Why should I care that Reigns and Lashley are fighting each other? Like, why should I care? Like, yes, this is the Lashley I want to see. I don't want to see Lashley goofing around with Sami Zayn saying, haha, Sami, you're so funny. Yeah, I'd rather have this Roman Reigns instead of Roman Reigns going like, sucker and succotash, son, believe that. But it's like, what are you really doing to make me excited that these 2 men are battling at Extreme Rules? Because they just have a normal match. You would think that these 2 combustible elements right here, that you would book these guys in the steel cage so that way it can be stayed in the cage and not harm anyone around them. And you would think that you would book Care Bear and Kevin Owens in a Falls Count Anywhere match because that would make more sense since Kevin Owens has been running away from Care Bear. Then Care Bear can pin Kevin Owens anywhere he wants. But what do I know? I'm just a wrestling fan. Bayley. You've had Bayley pretty much had a great on Sasha Banks, and pretty much after all that, the fans are finally getting behind Bayley, And you do what you do best, WWE. When the fans are behind something, you cut it short. And so now Bayley and Sasha Banks are wasting time in these therapy segments that I didn't even give two shits about, and I stopped watching halfway through. I said, nope, I'm done. I'm not going to watch any of these. They're a waste of my time. Because that's just how they felt like. It was a waste of my time. The B team beats the Hardy compound. I don't even know what they're calling them. The Leader of Worlds. So what? The B team could just lose on the pay-per-view, yet they've been winning every week? That makes sense. Let's build up teams to win, and then when it matters the most, they lose. Because that's what fans want to see. No, that's not what fans want to see. And these spam calls. Someone, I don't know, they keep talking about my iCloud account. Now, if you all know Chase Oliver, I ain't have no iCloud. This is a Samsung S9, so I don't know what these people are calling about. But they really, really ruined my mojo. Not like Mojo Rawley ruined my mojo with No Way Jose. Like, I like No Way Jose. I just don't think he works in today's climate of wrestling fans. They just don't like those types of characters, I guess. Fun characters. But yeah. And then the Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre stuff, that was the only kind of interesting thing for this week's edition of Raw, because it had some implications into the Iron Man match where it was like, oh, you know, if Seth Rollins beats Drew McIntyre in the main event, then Drew McIntyre can't be out there while he faces Ziggler in the Iron Man match. Like, yeah, that's interesting, but at the same time, how is that something where I'm just like, oh my god, my new puppy is eating a highlighter. No, get that back. Come on. He's eating a highlighter. I can't have him be doing that. That's why I didn't do a live stream, guys, because I have this new puppy. Let's get him up here. Come here. Come here, Arrow. Hey, guys, look at... Arrow's more interesting than talking about Raw, anyways. This is Arrow. He's a Pug-Chi box. Look at him. He's so freaking adorable. He looks like Dopey from Harry Potter. But yeah, you know, to me personally, it's just like, that was interesting. But then it's like, well, Drew McIntyre won. So that stipulation that you added to the match, it was just there because you wanted to give a reason to make the main event seem interesting and seem like it was going to be dramatic. But ultimately, the drama's kind of gone because normally in the world of pro wrestling, the guy who has the last laugh, like Ziggler and McIntyre, they got the last laugh, they end up losing anyways. So why should I sit here and be all like, oh man, sucks for Seth Rollins. He now has to beat up Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler at Extreme Rules because McIntyre is going to be out there during that Iron Man match. It's like, there's no tension there. Like, McIntyre didn't even play like that big of a factor to when Rollins lost to Ziggler the first time. Like, that's the thing that I don't get, why they make it seem like, oh, McIntyre is such a big deal. Sure, maybe in like tag matches or in some other matches, sure. But when it came down to it, it wasn't like McIntyre was such a presence towards Rollins out there that Rollins was so fixated on McIntyre that he didn't kick out of the roll-up. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is just kind of like, eh. That's why with Raw, and I know people are going to say, Chase, this Raw review is random. And I am so sorry if you felt like it was random. But really, to be honest, with Monday Night Raw, it's just like me putting on soap. It's random. I put it on when I need to put it on. I lather, rinse, and repeat. And I just do the same shit over and over again. And I expect a different result. Like, seriously, how many weeks in a row did we get the Riot to the Squad taking on Ember Moon? Like, seriously, I forget Ember Moon's on the roster until, like, the Riot Squad is doing some goofy things backstage. Bobby Roode and Elias finally make reappearances. And I was just saying, wow, these idiots are still on the roster. I really don't know what to say. Arrow, what do you say? What do you think? This was Arrow's first edition of Raw. What did you think of it? He even's frustrated. He's like, what the? Why you make me watch this, Chase? I'm sorry, Arrow. I have failed you as an owner. But anyways, guys, what did you guys think about Monday Night Raw? Thank you to my affiliate, WrestlingWithWrestling.com. I was going to do a live stream, but like I said, this little thing would have kept me too occupied. I mean, he was trying to eat a highlighter. I can't have that happen to my little puppy. That's bad news. Yeah, no highlighters. Anyways, leave it in the comment section down below. If you guys like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68. Once again, check out my affiliate, WrestlingWithWrestling.com. My boy Andre Corbeil covering all four corners of the ring. And I think they even cover UFC stuff too. I did some UFC videos if you haven't seen those already as well. Remember, guys, Just like the #1 contender to the UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. And yo, he's such a cute little thing. I love him.